Greetings, travelers. Video game music, a sacred craft of which us plebeians have been blessed with. How many times do you play a game and the soundtrack gives you that nice, tingling feeling right in your genitals? Shadow of the Colossus, Doom, Super Mario Galaxy. It turns out that Final Fantasy XIV also has music in it as well. Something that you might know about me is that I have played at least one instrument in the past. This has allowed me to gain vast and great superficial knowledge about music. So I'm going to go over some of my personal favorite songs from Final Fantasy XIV, but also forget about like 80% of the compendium. Particularly, I'm going to forget songs that you personally like. A Realm Reborn. I hate this part of the game. That's not really a secret. Always have and always will. I'm not sure if it's because of how much I dislike ARR that the music ends up seeming worse, or if I actually just don't like it. I'm probably leaning towards the latter. Think of the most bland and generic JRPG music, and that's 99% of A Realm Reborn. I literally don't think it's distinguishable from other Final Fantasy games or just JRPGs in general. I know someone's going to get their pitchforks ready, but before you crucify me, that's how negative my opinion was until I got to fight Garuda. That's always a banger. I don't think Garuda is some amazing fight, but the song is good enough where I always look forward to seeing it over and over. Thank you, Ultimate Weapon Ultimate. Although I like hyped up high-octane songs like that, I remember playing ARR for the first time and thinking, hey, that's some nice relaxing overworld music playing. Ruby Sunrise. I still think it's a nice and soothing simple song, and it's in ARR. If you want to count the Manderville quests, yes, Agent of Inquiry is good. I even played that at my Final Fantasy wedding, and if we're counting event music, Papaya Paya is a certified hood classic. Outside of that, the stinkers, I absolutely hate the Ifrit music. I'm only bringing it up because I know I'll be asked what my least favorite song is, and I would rather listen to kids screaming at a playground. Want to try an experiment? Try putting on the Ifrit music in the background of your favorite fight in the game, and watch as you learn to hate that fight all of a sudden. The only thing I'm ashamed to admit is I actually like the music in Limsa Lominsa.
Yeah, 28 US Marines.
Alright, now that I got that out of the way and I've proven that it's me with all of my negativity, it's time for some positives. Heavensward. Fuck yeah, this is the shit! You got real fucking bops in Heavensward. There are so many good songs that I have to purge some of them or else I'll be talking about this until next year. Unbending Steel. Fuck yeah, sang that during karaoke. Probably the only reason why I like Ravana as much as I do.
High on high I stand, gazing down to see.
In addition, as you're going through all these leveling dungeons, you get ominous prognostics. Wow, an actual boss song. It doesn't even need to make sense in context. Turn that shit up. Of course, when it comes to more trials, I fucking love Freefall and Revenge of the Horde. Sorry, Dragon Song War Ultimate, you have some expectations to live up to and I don't think you're going to be able to handle it. Outside of the MSQ, dungeons, and trials, the fucking 24-man raids, I grinded the shit out of that for a relic and I still like listening to Voidal Manifest. I haven't gotten tired of it yet. Dunscape music, Mihawk, it's all good shit. But I think the crowning jewel of all of Heavensward comes from Alexander. Locust, Metal, and Rise, the Pulse remix, are just amazing. It's pretty hard to raid while you're having a fucking rave at the same time. It's a good thing I learned how to make that 2-liter glow stick all those years ago. Oh god, why am I so fucking old? I absolutely love Final Fantasy XIV's soundtrack going forward from Heavensward because it starts to feel a lot more distinct and not so generic. And Alexander is probably the perfect place to give us some real weird electronic and mechanical music. It fits perfectly with the setting. It's also really surprising when Mechanical Rhythm made it in there as well. Stormblood. I didn't really like this story, but I like the gameplay content. Stormblood also has some good music. I've already jerked off Triumph enough. Look, all I'm saying is, if we get to the final fight and Endwalker and Triumph starts playing, I ain't even gonna be mad. I like Beauty's Wicked Wiles, which is a song that tells me to spread those cheeks and spread them wide. Sure thing, Sri Lakshmi. You also have some nice overworld music like A Father's Pride, which mixes in surprisingly well. Although when it comes to true personal favorites, I like every song from Tsukuyomi's Trial, but Wayward Daughter has that drop. You know exactly what I'm talking about. It's all that build-up that really makes it so much better though. Unfortunately, I don't really remember any of the raid music. Like, literally anything from the 24-man's or Omega. I know. But I'll leave you with one thing. Turmoil is a good song, and Final Fantasy XI fans can rejoice as there is something that I actually like about your game. I think it's the perfect music for raw tension because when you hear that danger sound while you're hoping that you don't fucking obliterate your team with acceleration bombs while sweating profusely, I wouldn't have anything else playing. Eureka music, you're alright. Alright, it's time to talk about Shadowbringers. More like Shadowbangers, am I right? The main theme is good, but I've really come to appreciate the variety with all the different overworld themes. I swear, Soken is leveling up with each track that he produces, slowly approaching Ultra Instinct. I do actually like Insatiable, but I prefer Triumph. And I only think that's because I've heard Insatiable a little too much, but also I think it's just not quite as hype. Of course, What Angel Winks Me has been stuck in my head forever, not just because the trial is impossible, but because the music is like crack cocaine for my ears. Since I'm mentioning trials, yes, To the Edge also slaps, and I think that goes without saying. I'm pretty lukewarm on most of the Eden music, but that's when I tell you that I actually liked Landslide, which I really didn't expect. Obviously, A Long Fall is really good, but I also really like Shadows Withal, which I think gets overshadowed a little bit. And the music for the Diabolos Armament was a very welcome surprise for me after all that Bosja and Zadnor grinding that I did. It was not worth it just for that though. And how could I forget about High Treason? I love this song so much and it's been stuck in my head ever since Shadowbringers released. Where I think Shadowbringers music goes absolutely nuts though is in the Nier raids. I mean, come on. Weight of the World Prelude? That song is probably my favorite in all of Final Fantasy XIV when I really think about it. When I first got to the end of Copied Factory, this chorus started playing. And I shit my pants right then and there. And they played their hand way too early because I don't think you could have ever topped that. I don't even like the original Prelude song, but Jesus Christ, this remix is like a match made in auditory heaven. I swear these two songs were somehow just made for each other. It really should have been the last song for the last boss of the last Nier raid. Keep in mind, I love the Nier soundtrack anyways, which is why I won't mention any of the not completely remixed songs, and I do like Salvation. I just don't think it fits as well as Weight of the World Prelude. Endwalker isn't actually out yet, but Soken, you son of a bitch, you've done it again. The main theme and the trailer music is already going super hard. I'm not going to say anything other than that on Endwalker though. I'll wait until the game actually releases. So with all that, if you didn't see a song here in this video that you're surprised that I didn't mention, it's simply because I can't even remember all the music in this game. There is just so much. And the only reason why I don't normally listen to it on stream is because I've heard some of the songs a little too much and I don't want to ruin it for myself, okay? Now stay tuned to my channel for more filler content before Endwalker comes out, and be sure to do those things that I don't even have to elaborate on because I am a generic YouTube parasite. Now let's get out there and work on that very illegal 2-liter glow stick.